Anime Reborn just dropped update 1 for their game a little bit under 24 hours at the time that I'm making this video, and I've played enough of the content. I'd say the vast majority of the new things in the game, most of it is tied to the adventure section over here. I've gotten my chance to play around with the update and test out the new content, and I feel confident in giving my honest review for this game and its first update. So before the video starts, if you're new to the channel, or if it's your first time watching one of these honest review videos, since it's going to be my first AR one, we basically just talk about the good and the bad of each update, give our personal thoughts, any sort of constructive criticism that I can think of. So yeah, I'll always start on a positive note with these videos, so let's go on to the good.
How much can you see with those shotgun of yours?
The best part of this update for me personally were the new UI changes, and I know a lot of these are probably going to fly over people's heads and they won't really care about it as much as I do, but the fact that we have, like for example, the quests tab just looks completely different and it's a lot more convenient to just claim all of your quests. I feel like this UI is a lot more intuitive and it's a little bit easier on the eyes. I personally really like it. That might just be a bit of a nitpick on my end, so we'll move on to the meat of the actual update, and that's the content itself. Number 1, we got a new battle pass. Not an original concept, but it is a great addition to the game. Battle passes in TD games have always been a staple for a pretty long time now, and for good reason. It just gives the devs a chance to add a new unit, give their players some rewards, and also rake in some of those sweet robux by offering a premium pass. But once again, they do follow the same formula of there being 2 versions of the same unit, with the shiny one being exclusive to the premium pass. So even if you don't want to buy the pay-to-win battle pass, pay-to-win in air quotes, you're not missing out on much besides the same unit. And if you're a real hardcore player of the game and you're a collector type of person, obviously you have the option to just buy it and get yourself the shiny version of the unit. We don't know if trading is going to be a thing in this game, so collecting shiny versions of the same unit seems redundant in my opinion. I'm going to buy the battle pass anyway just because I want it, but you know, I wouldn't hold my breath for trading coming into the game anytime soon, but don't take my word for it. That's just what I personally think. Yeah, new battle pass, rewards, new unit. I haven't tested her out, but apparently she's good. There's showcases all over YouTube, so I'm sure you can check those out if you're curious. And now, okay, well, lobby just restarted for some weird reason. While we're waiting, as I was going to say, the main appeal of the update, where 80% of the content, actually like 99% of the content for this update is, it's in the adventure section, which I will showcase as soon as I'm allowed to play the game. You know, we'll just cut to when it's good. Alright, now we're back. As I was saying, big chunk of the good stuff in this update lies within the adventure section, because over here we got a whole new map with new units. Obviously you can get the exclusive Gohan unit over here. You can also get tickets for the new event currency, which is red tickets obviously, and you use these to buy dragon capsules as well as the evo materials for all of the new units. You can also buy frost keys if that's what you want. They cost 1,000 though, so they're pretty pricey. And yeah, new content, I can't complain about that. The update log said 11 new units. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember there being 11 units in this update. I might be crazy, I might not, but I counted like 6 or 7 new units. Maybe there's some that I don't know about, but that's definitely good. In a week's time, we got a pretty substantial amount of content, a whole new area, limited event with capsules, new units with evolutions, unique attacks, mechanics, blah blah blah, all of which are welcome additions into the game, as well as the fact that these are pretty easy to solo. It doesn't make the barrier to entry too steep for the average player. I can personally say that my favorite part of the update was the UI, specifically the quest UI, but obviously the fact that we got a bunch of new units, a new map, and an event currency to grind is also very nice. There's also this Piccolo dude right here who will just tell you stuff about the event, I guess. Now that I think about it, why is he here when this is also here and these are also here? I don't care. So that about wraps it up for the good. Essentially, right, we'll give you the cliff notes. What's good? The fact we got new content, and a pretty good amount of it at that. Now, let's move on to the bad. Alright folks, we are here at the grand opening of Update 1 for Anime Reborn. Whoa! Yeah. And here we are with Moz King. What would you like to say?
Hello, I like money.
The main bad thing about this update, and really the only glaring point of criticism that I have, is the event itself. And I know that I just spent a good amount of time praising the event for the new content that it gave us, but it also served as a bit of a double-edged sword for the community. And why do I say this? Well, in layman's terms, it's because the event is pay to win. That's really as simply as I can put it. The fact that you can buy tickets and use said tickets, which you need to summon for capsules, just makes the event extremely pay to win. And yes, there is the argument that you can just macro the red tickets. I know I got 64,000 overnight by not doing anything. That doesn't change the fact that it's pay to win. Because no matter how good you are at macroing, even though, you really don't need to be good at macroing, but no matter how many hours you sit there and you set up your tiny task to do the same thing over and over again, you are never going to be faster than the man who pulls out his wallet and just buys 100,000 tickets in a couple seconds, right? And I think that's the main thing that really ticked people off about the update. I also heard a lot of people complaining about the fact that there are no drop rates right here. Hold on. Well, this it's in the game now, but in the Discord on release, this was not a thing. There was no drop rates for exclusive, secret, mythical, blah blah blah. That made some people unhappy. Personally, don't really care. I knew that the drop rates were a thing regardless. It was more so a visual thing. But yeah, once again, the fact that the event is pay to win definitely made a lot of people unhappy. And here's what I think about it, right? I am not too angry with the fact that it's pay to win, because from the get-go I knew what type of game this was. Like, if you look at my first ever Anime Reborn video, I opened the shop, I saw the bundles, and I knew what type of game this was. So the fact that there is a free-to-play alternative to get all of the new content within this game, or within this update, by just macroing this, I can't in good conscience complain about the fact that they're trying to make some money. Because it's a CD game, obviously they're going to try and make money, but I digress. Some people will definitely disagree with that statement and still be unhappy with the fact that you can just outright pay to get all of the new content within the update if you have the money to. Another big gripe that the community had is the fact that they added an alternative currency. A lot of people would have just rather been able to buy capsules with gems, and probably the evil materials too. And this is a sentiment that I've heard said about other games before, mainly anime defenders. Here's what I've been able to gather from my experience with both of these games. Whenever the developers add a new form of currency for an update, and that currency is the central way of earning everything within the update, that just immediately pisses people off, and it turns them off from the update, and like just from the get-go. And I can see why. A lot of people say, oh, there's a new currency, this is making gems useless, I hate this update, why did I even bother farming gems if the developers were just going to make everyone start from scratch anyway? Well, my response to that is one of two things. Number one, the developers never told you to farm gems. You kind of just macroed for that on your own. Like, once you get all the mythics in this game, farming gems is kind of pointless, if I'm being honest. Unless you want the secret, I guess, but I don't really care about Rimuru. I think, if done correctly, alternative currencies within TD games, if executed well, can be a very good thing. What do I mean by this? Well, no examples from Roblox come to mind, but we're going to use Bloons tower defense as an example, just because I think it serves for the layout most of these games use. It's the foundation for a lot of tower defense games on Roblox, and for good reason. That game is pretty much as good as tower defenses can get. So here's how it works in Bloons, right? You have your monkey money, and you have your trophies. These are two different currencies. Now, is the fact that trophies are in the game, does that make monkey money useless? No, it doesn't. You know why? because both of these are long-standing items that serve individual unique purposes. Event currencies are bad because they are event currencies. These 64,000 tickets will no longer exist as soon as this event is over, so I can really see the sentiment behind why people would be pissed off that they have to go grind a whole new currency instead of using the already established resources that were implemented into the game. I can definitely understand that. What do I personally think a tower defense game could do in order to have good event currency? Well, honestly, I'm not a game designer by any means. Obviously, I play these games a lot, so I know a thing or two. I would really just get rid of event currencies altogether, and alternative currencies too. That's what people hated about Anime Defenders when they added the new like World 2 update, and now you need to grind a whole bunch of new tokens just to summon. People hated that. Well, people hated that a lot, and they hate this. Why? Because in general, I really don't think it's a good idea to add a limited time currency when all of the players for your game have already been grinding gold and gems this entire time. Obviously, people, or I know from a dev perspective, they don't want the people who hoarded 100,000 gems to just come in here, buy everything on the update, get all the content, and then complain that there's nothing to do. But, you know, there's remedies for that. You can make it so, oh, you can only buy 500 capsules a day. So now even if you have a ton of gems, oh well, now you have to wait. Or make it expensive, so the capsules, maybe they have a higher drop rate, but they cost a lot of gems. So now those 100,000 gems are quickly dwindled down until you're going to need to go grind them again. But I will say, the way that they went about doing this update, the event specifically, was not as well executed as I think it could have been. I don't think that's a crazy thing to say. Obviously, people will say, oh, Perry, you can just macro this, so why do you care? Well, I just think it's poor game design on the development end of things when the new event currency is going to be redundant as soon as the event is over, and people can just buy the exclusive. Like, if I have like 100,000 robux to drop on this game right now, I promise you I would get every single unit right now, and I'd never have to play the game for the rest of the update. Yes, you can macro, blah blah blah, but it's still going to feel like a slap in the face to the free-to-play crowd when it's just as blatantly easy as it is right now to get everything, get all of the new content, all the new units. And I think that's going to wrap it up for my honest review of Update 1. So, what do I think about the update overall? I'll be honest, I like it. I'm fine with this update. Do I think that it's immune to criticism and didn't do anything wrong? Absolutely not. But for a first update that came out within a week of release, I think it gives enough content to the community to tide them over until the next content batch. And it's an event that's pay to win, but it's not so blatantly pay to win to the point where it ruins it for me. Because I'm not going to spend $1. I am not spending a dime on this event shop, or this like Robux thing. I'm just going to macro all of my tickets. And so will everyone else. If you're buying tickets and you're getting mad that you didn't get what you want, you're gambling with your money. And then you're getting surprised when you don't get anything good. Go figure, right? But yeah, I think that's it from me. That's all that I have to say. And thank you for watching. If you made it till the end of the video, comment down below what you liked about the update or disliked. With all that being said, thank you for watching. I think I said that already. Have a great day night wherever you are, and we'll catch you in the next one. Little side tangent that I wanted to add on to the video because this happened as soon as I finished editing, but I still wanted to add it. They upped the rates on some stuff, added shiny hunter on the thing, blah blah blah. Extra code, right? If you are eligible to use this code if you have previously purchased any bundles before the restarts. So you'd think that means, oh, okay, I bought bundles before. I've bought bundles, so that means I can use it, right? Wrong. If you bought the ticket bundles only, then you get your 50,000 tickets. And then look at general, it's an absolute cesspool, and you wonder why, right? Because, like, what are you doing? If you're gonna make the code, either give it to everyone or don't give it to anyone. Because that's just a dumb move on your part. I don't know, man. That's the end, though. See ya.